Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here with you again. So then, I started a little tutorial side project last week wherein I'm picking a guitar-centric track from each year starting in 1960 and working my way through the years. Now, I had mentioned in the first video of this series that I would not necessarily be picking the most iconic guitar track from any particular year. Just one of my own choosing. However, for 1962, there's really only one choice that cannot rightly be overlooked. The legendary surf classic Miserlou by the late great Dick Dale. So that will be my pick for 1962. Let's close in and get started. All right then, Dick Dale, Miserlou from 1962. We are in standard tuning for this tutorial. Nice, clean, twangy tone on our guitar. Lots of spring reverb to give you that surf guitar tone. And if you're at all interested in what scale is being used in Miserlou, it is the double harmonic major scale, otherwise known as the Gypsy or Arabic scale. I'm going to show you how to play it on the low E string because we're only going to need it on the low E and the high E, and it's the exact same frets, right? Open E, 1, 4, 5, 7, 8, 11, and 12. Right? That is the Arabic Gypsy or double harmonic major scale. This track is all about tremolo picking. Just alternate picking, one string as fast as you possibly can, and it is quite the workout to get from start to finish on this one with your right hand, not tiring out. So this one starts like this. That's about the first half of the whole opening melody line. So we're doing a big slide down the neck, kind of like that, right? And we're dropping right off to an open E tremolo pick as fast as you can. Right, for about 2 bars. And then we're just going to take that right up the scale, all the way to 11, tremolo picking all the while, right? Right, when you get to 11, you're going to back it up to 8, go off to open E, and drop onto 7. Right, and then you tremolo pick that 7 for about 2 bars, and at the tail end of the 2 bars that you're hanging on that 7, you just slide out of it while you're tremolo picking it, and repeat, right? So that is the intro. One time, nice and slow. And slide out. Right, and then we're into this. And this is actually not tremolo picked, but it's picked so fast that it might as well be. Little passage there. So we just finished on that 7 for 2 bars, right? We're going to drop onto 8, go off to 7, back to 8, back to 7, back to 8, back to 7. And the third time you go off to that 7, then you are going to start tremolo picking again and then back it up to 5, right? And then you're going to do the exact same thing, same pattern from 5 to 7 off to 4. And then you go off to open and then tremolo pick that 4 for about 2 bars, right? Right, but very quick, right? And then we finish with this. We're going to take that 4, go off to open, drop onto 7, tremolo pick it. And then we're into that. So you're going to hit that 7 about 4 times. Off to 5, back to 7, back to 5, and then off to 4. With a quick little 5, 7, 4, right? Or 5, 7, 5, 4. Right? Tremolo pick. And then we finish with that. So when we just finished on that 4, you're going to go 5, 4, 5, 4. Off to 1, back to 4, and then off to open. kind of like that, right? Just a little back and forth on that 4-5, starting on the 5. Back to 4, back to 1, back to 4, and then back off to open, tremolo picked, right? So that's the whole intro. Let's recap that nice and slow. 2 bars of that. Of that. Slide out. Now, a little back and forth, 7 and 8. Hang on that 4. Off to open, then 7. Then you're going to grab the string somewhere high in the neck, a little bar on the B and the high E, tremolo pick it, slide it out, right? And then play the exact same thing on the high E string. The tail end of when you're playing it on the high E and you go off to that open E string the final time, right? You're just going to do a little back and forth between the open B, open high E. Right? And then we drop into the mid-song section, which starts with this. So A note here, 5th fret of the low E for about 2 bars, tremolo pick, then we're going to back it up to G for 2 bars, back it up to F for 2 bars, off to open E, and then we're going to drop into an E major chord and just with that kind of strumming pattern, right? Ba-da, ba, ba-da, ba. So into A, 2 bars, off to G, 2 bars, off to F, and then into E major. Right, repeat that twice and then drop into F major, do the same thing. Back to E major. And repeat. Right, and then we're into the mid-song tremolo pick section. Of it. So we're dropping on to 5 of the low E, tremolo pick for about 2 bars. And then we're going to back it up to 4, 5, into 7, and tremolo pick that for 2 bars. And we're kind of repeating the same pattern 3 times, just moving it up the scale, right? 4, 5, 7, and then 5, 7, 8, and then 7, 8 into 11. 4, 5, 7. 5, 7, 8, 7, 8, 11, right, and then back to 8, back to 11, into 12, right, and then you hang on that 12 for about 2 bars. 4, 5, 7, 5, 7, 8, 7, 8, 11, 8, 11, 12. Right, now we're going to be playing the same kind of little pattern we were playing earlier with the little hammer-ons, right? With that right there. We're grabbing an off note here on the 10th fret of the low E, which isn't in the scale, but sounds great. Same little pattern, right? We're dropping onto that 13, back to 12, back to 13, back to 12, back to 13, right? And then back to 12, and then back it up to 10 with tremolo picking. You're not tremolo picking this, but you're tremolo picking that, right? Now you're going to do the same thing from 10 to 12, back to 8, and then you back it up to 7 for 2 bars, right? And then we finish with this. So we finished on that 7 for 2 bars, right? Back into 10, and then a little little back and forth between the 8 and the 10, right? Twice. Back to 8, tremolo picked off to 7. And then back to 8, slide it back to 4. 5, 4, slide that back to 1. Double hit, and then off to open, right? Pick that for about a bar and a half or 2, right? And that is the whole mid-song section. So let's recap that. Nice and slow. 4, 5, 7. 5, 7, 8. 7, 8, 11. 8, 11, 12. 8, 7. Into that again. E major. And at this point in the song, you're not going to go into F major like we were doing earlier. You just hang in E major for a number of bars, for about 8 bars. And then you repeat the opening one final time on the high E. Back and forth between the B and the high E, and there you go. That is how you play Miserlou by Dick Dale. Certainly hope you enjoyed that, found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind. Hope you're well out there in your little guitar corner of the world, wherever that may find you, and we will see you next time. Cheers.